Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're looking at a technology that's just around the corner, and it's poised to reshape, well, everything. Not just our cities, but the very foundation of our investment portfolios. We're talking about a revolution that starts on the street but ends up on your balance sheet. And believe me, this isn't some distant future stuff. It's an investment thesis taking shape right now. So let's break down the blueprint.
So here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll dive into the core technology, the Cybercab itself. Then, we'll trace that ripple effect outwards. We're talking massive shifts in real estate, a whole new consumer economy, and even how we spend our free time. And of course, we'll tie it all together with a clear investment blueprint so you know how to navigate this new world. All right, first up, the coming Cybercab revolution. You've got to start here with the catalyst. Because if you really want to understand the investment opportunities, you first have to get your head around the sheer power of this single breakthrough. And to really get the scale of this, just ask yourself one question. What if our cities had no parking lots? I mean, really picture it. All that space, all that asphalt, just suddenly free for something better. That single thought is the real starting point for this entire transformation. So what exactly is a Cybercab? Well, it's not just a robotaxi. You've got to think bigger. It's an autonomous, on-demand, shared vehicle, sure, but it's really the backbone of a brand new infrastructure for getting around our cities. The key here is seeing it as a complete system, not just a fancy car.
And listen, this isn't science fiction. The timeline here is actually pretty close. Right now, today, personal car ownership is king. We all know that. But by 2030, that's not far off. Projections show widespread adoption of these autonomous fleets. And that leads to a future where owning a car in the city is the exception, not the rule.
And that technology, that shift, creates the first massive financial ripple. The great real estate shift. What we're about to witness could be the single biggest change in land use and, land value in over 100 years.
Just look at the difference here. On the left, that's today's city. It's built for cars. But on the right, that's the Cybercab city. All that reclaimed land is now being used for things people actually want and need. Parks, more housing, and these things called micro-fulfillment centers. Think of those as tiny, super efficient warehouses right in your neighborhood, ready for crazy fast delivery.
The sheer scale of this really comes down to one staggering number, 40%. Can you believe that? Some analyses suggest that up to 40% of the land in our city centers is just for parking. Now imagine unlocking that much land for new development. The potential for value creation is, well, it's almost hard to wrap your mind around.
This really sums it up perfectly, doesn't it? The investment thesis here is a direct transfer of value. We're going from low-value asphalt that just sits there to high-value, human-centric real estate for living, working, and actually enjoying life.
Okay, so this real estate revolution naturally leads to the next ripple, reimagining your main street. I mean, once you solve the getting around problem and free up all that space, the way we shop and eat is absolutely going to change.
Retail stops being just about buying stuff. Physical stores become experiential hubs, places you go to discover things, to hang out. We'll see these super flexible, data-driven pop-up shops that can appear anywhere. And remember those micro-fulfillment centers? They become the backbone of near-instant delivery. The investment plays in logistics tech here are going to be huge.
And all this new efficiency, it creates an incredibly powerful new force in the food industry. You might have heard of it, but it's about to be everywhere, the ghost kitchen.
The model is just brilliant in its simplicity. You order online, the food gets cooked in a low-cost, delivery-only kitchen, and a Cybercab brings it right to you, wherever you happen to be. Think about it. It gets rid of the two biggest costs for any restaurant, prime real estate and all the front-of-house staff.
I mean, this table really lays out why investors are so excited. The difference is just stark. Your overhead goes from sky-high to super low. Your customer reach explodes from just local foot traffic to literally an entire city. And scalability? It's the difference between building a whole new restaurant and just adding another menu to the kitchen you already have. It's a game changer.
So we've changed how we live, how we eat. What's next? Well, the next ripple transforms how we play. Let's talk about the frictionless leisure economy, where entertainment is finally freed from the headache of just getting there.
So much of what we do for fun is limited by what's easy to get to, right? Well, Cybercabs solve what they call the last mile problem. You know that beautiful hiking trail or that niche little sports facility that was just always too much of a pain to get to? Suddenly, it's just a simple, stress-free ride away. This just unlocks so much potential. We'll see a boom in vibrant, walkable entertainment zones. We could even see mobile venues, concerts that actually come to you. The investment takeaway here is pretty clear. Businesses and properties in these newly accessible places, from your local theater to some remote getaway, they are all set for some serious growth.
Okay, so we've seen the revolution and all its ripples. Let's pull it all together into a real, actionable strategy. This is your future investment blueprint, how you can thrive in the Cybercab city.
The principles for success are pretty straightforward. First, your investment decisions have to be driven by data. You've got to follow where the real-time mobility patterns are showing demand. Second, you want to back businesses that seamlessly merge the digital and physical worlds. And finally, and this is so important, in a world where everything is convenient, the most valuable thing will be brand loyalty, the ability to build a real community. So as we wrap up this explainer, I'm just going to leave you with this one crucial question. The pieces are already moving. The very foundation of our urban economy is about to shift. The only question left is this: is your portfolio ready for the driverless age?